Hi, this is going to be the first part of my Mare review. I have previously tried editing about 40 minutes or so of just me recapping the convention, but I would like to copy and paste the review section into this video and I guess technically split that video up into two. I think the review is more important than the recap, so without further ado, I'm just going to play the audio that I have previously recorded. So enjoy or click off or tell me I suck or blah blah blah. I don't care. Go ahead and enjoy. What I didn't like about the convention, and it was a lot more than last year. To recap my video last year, the only issues I had were the people at the pool afterwards, which was technically not in con space, so it could get a little bit of leeway, and the lack of water stations. People were getting dehydrated really badly. There really wasn't any cold water anywhere. And obviously AV issues and the panels not being recorded very well were the main issues of last year's Mare Fair. This year was a lot worse. There was a lot more harassment, like I touched on previously. There was a lot more just rude people. There was a lot of fursuits that were. I mean, this is not a 4chan con. Obviously, not everything has to pander to the board. But there was a lot more fursuiters, which is like, no offense. I know you like you spent your money on your fursuit. You want to show it off. You're happy. You're excited. You're proud. But again, it's what I said about the sneakback people. Maybe read the room. Make it pony related. This is a pony convention. This isn't like TrotCon where they have fucking Bluey and Pokemon panels. Well, I mean, TrotCon is a pony con trying to be a furry con. Just saying. I know there was a lot less 4chaners. There was a lot more. Okay, there was a lot more of a divide between 4chaners and non-4chaners this year, attendance-wise. Obviously, going by some of the people that were in the feedback panel. There's nothing you can really do about that. I will suggest that the code of conduct gets enforced more heavily next year, because at the sneakback panel they said that they didn't really have anybody on their blacklist/ban list, and with some of the bad actors that have been reported throughout the entire convention weekend, and the people doing the thing that should not be named, I definitely think that list needs to start seeing some names on it. I know people like to write on Christian and think that Christian should be banned from every convention, but Christian would not do some of the things that I've seen happen this weekend. I personally witnessed on Sunday night one of the AV staff being harassed pretty bad. I wanted to step up and say anything, but I didn't want to cause any drama, because enough people already think I'm a drama queen or king or whatever. But I do feel bad for you. It's fucking rough, dude. Sorry you had to go through that. But this con just felt a lot more negative. I mean, obviously there were a lot of highlights, like the high premieres, the amount of money raised. A lot of the panels were really fucking excellent and had a lot of passion and hard work done into them. But there was a lot of negative, and 4chan or the Mare threads or whatever like to focus more on the negative. So that's kind of the more important things to point out. Obviously, people are going to have a good time even at the worst conventions ever. People still had fun at Las Pegasus, Unicon. People still had fun at TrotCon this year, last year. People are allowed to still have fun, but the criticism definitely needs to be addressed. And if you're watching this video and you signed up with your email, there's going to be a con feedback email being sent out probably within the next week or two. Definitely fill that out and be honest. Don't just like shitpost. If you had any actual genuine problems, let them be known. Because I am like 100% sure that the ops staff and the security or whatever you want to call it, wants to up their A game for next year. Because there was a lot of people acting out of line and crazy, like people putting stickers on the hotel wall and people putting horribly inappropriate pictures on the hotel computer, which, by the way, just because you're at 4chan Con, just because you're at an 18 plus, not 4chan Con, but a Pony Con run by 4chaners, does not mean you need to put inappropriate images in an all ages lobby. The hotel is not 18 up. There is several children at the venue by the front desk, and I have overheard people in the lobby saying completely horrendous out-of-pocket things. I'm not one of those people that's like protect the children and shit, but it's just called being considerate. You can say whatever insane shit you want to in your room or the room parties or at your panels. Just gotta be more considerate of people around you. I know it's a very hard concept, but like, it's an 18 plus convention, not an 18 plus hotel slash venue. You had to keep that in mind. Like, fucking hell, you're not gonna go in a library and start talking about lynching things. Lynching N-words. You're not gonna do that, surely. Like, fucking God, read the room, please. I'm gonna start wrapping up this almost hour-long rambling, considering my video last year was about 25 minutes, and this one's almost the length of my entire blog last year. I clearly had a lot to say. Um, I'm gonna wrap this up with a rating of the convention. I'm going to give the convention of Mare pretty low near the bottom tier, but I will say all the panels were some of the ones that I went to, mostly PTS to be honest, and some of the sets in the concert were some of the best I've seen ever. But like the actual convention, I'm gonna give it like a 4 out of 10. Like last year's Mare Fair, I think was a solid 7 to 8. I definitely feel like at least the water problem was solved. I will say that. That was kind of more of a solution from the actual venue itself, though. And I will say that the convention staff was very helpful this year, a little bit even more than last year, because I had an incident that some people probably know about where I set my hand on fire. Whoops. I went down there, and the ops team, they were on top of it. They got me a medic within minutes, and at least got some of the initial pain to die down. And the people at the info desk were very helpful and pretty easy to talk to. And the overall camaraderie of the people that I have enjoyed talking to remained, and that will always be one of the best parts of going to any convention is seeing people you don't really talk to that much and just kind of relating in a public um, space of common interest. Um, I originally did, obviously, there's definitely an audio jump here. I edited out the last part of my initial review. I gave it a 4 out of 10 and then called someone out for harassing me on Monday, but I decided to rethink keeping that in and decided to talk a little bit more honesty and a little bit more self-reflecting because I recorded this first 6 minutes or so, the other 40 minutes, like literally the day after I got home. It's been about 2 weeks now since I'm recording this, so I will say that I really did enjoy seeing some people again and having some fun chats and some really insane chats, and of course, like watching and reacting to some of the panels that I went to with some people and some friends was pretty fun. There was definitely a lot of chaotic moments that you wouldn't see at any other pony convention. I did like how the lines and everything were definitely way more organized than last year. Last year, people weren't even like sure where the sponsor line was or anything. This year it was a little bit confusing, but it was a lot better. So again, I'll give that to Ops. Registration was really fast and easy. I didn't pre-reg. They actually let me buy a badge on the night to pick up pre-badges, which was nice. And I will say that I will give my respects to the con store people. They were very easy to work with and so patient for dealing with that horrible long line. And the stock was good. And there was plenty left when I bought my plushies. And they did a great job. I do hope to see Matinee and Soiree plushies next year. And I just like, I don't know. my initial review was a 4 out of 10, but after a little bit of thinking on it, kind of enjoying the panels, enjoying the time around people, not gonna let the negativity get to me like it originally did. I think I'm pretty confident giving this the same as last year, which is a 7 out of 10, I will say, in hindsight. Originally, like, day after, kind of mixed feelings or whatever, kind of gave it like a 4, like, I'm not really having a good time. But really, the only time I really wasn't having a good time was kind of Saturday night. Yeah, the day I don't know, I got a lot of shitty looks on Saturday, and then caught my hand on fire. So obviously that was definitely the worst day of the con, I would say. But I made it through, and yeah, I'm pretty confident with the 7 out of 10 rating. And the rest of this video should be up soon. It's hard to edit like 40 minutes of me rambling. I may also just re-record it and maybe script it out instead. That way it doesn't drag on for an hour. But yeah, thanks for listening to my first part of the rambling. Look forward to 50 or so minutes more. I will link um, the full unedited version of this that's on PonyTube in the description or comments if I'm able to post links. I don't know if I can, but if not, just go on PonyTube, search for the channel Spec. It's literally just me, SPEC, and then it'll be on there. So yeah, thanks for listening.